I'll tell a funny one about JDF. When we were doing the movie in Australia, him and Johnny were practicing these tree flip thingies where you run up the tree and do a backflip. I think Jason.
You better let me tell it.
Okay, you go tell it. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
So yeah, we're doing these tree flips, and Jason Frank, the way he would do it is he would run and he would take 3 steps off the tree. He'd go 1, 2, 3, and then he would backflip off, right? And so I would run, and my thing was I would just jump off the ground and then jump off of the tree. And so we'd spot each other, you know, we'd take turns, you know, he'd run, and I'd count the steps, 1, 2, 3, I'd put my hand out, and then I never needed to help him, he was fine, and same thing, I would just run, so he'd spot me. And we were doing this for a good, I don't know, maybe an hour. We were doing it for quite a while.
Meanwhile, this is not sanctioned. Like they we're bored on set, so they're doing this. No supervision, no stunt coordinator, nothing. Just these guys doing their thing.
They were all setting up something. I think it was like when we were doing the Ninjetti stuff, maybe. And so we were just bored, And so we went to this nearby park that he found. And so anyways, so I'm there, you know, we're doing this for a while, and it's his turn. He's like running towards the tree, and I'm getting ready. And as he's running, he's like, I just want to keep going. And I was like, I don't know what that means. You know, and I'm like, I just want to keep going. And I thought, oh, maybe he's just having such a good time. He's like, yay, you know, or that's all it came out. So I was like, I don't know what he meant. And then he goes, and I count 1, 2, 3, and I put my hand out. And it's like 4, 5, or 5.5. And he's like, oh, he meant he wanted to just keep going up the tree. So now I'm looking up, and he's coming down head first towards me. You know, and he's like a grown man, and I'm like, you know, half Asian guy. Look at him. And so I did what any one of you would have done. And let him hit the ground. And he popped back up and he's like, woo, that was crazy. I was like, what are you doing, man?
But meanwhile, like his face like slid against the bark of the tree.
It hit the ground.
Yeah.
And then he had actually gotten a cut under his eye. And I was like, you're bleeding, dude.
Yeah. And then, he was not happy at all.
And we got in big trouble, and then he tried to kill me later from a moving vehicle, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right, I got a Jason Frank story.
I love it.
We were